Legislators on a state Senate committee are hearing vivid, emotional testimony as family members are telling horror stories of what happened to their loved ones at the state's veterans centers. The Senate Committee on Veterans and Military Affairs is investigating allegations of abuse and neglect, originally reported by ONR and the Journal-Record newspaper. Here is some of that testimony in this ONR Extra.
Okay, I'm Diana Elmore, and my father is in a facility in Ardmore. Well, I got to thinking, he fell in March, so I went back, got the x-rays from March. His hip was dislocated in March. All this time, my father's been in pain. All this time, I've been chewing him out because he's been short with people. And all this time, his hip's dislocated. We did go to administration about it. There was nothing noted in the nurse's notes about this dislocation. There was nothing noted by the physician, and we were told that it would be investigated and they would get back to us. We didn't hear anything else.
It does not do any good to go talk to them because, in my opinion, and the way I feel, they did not care. They did not care about those guys back there. I watched one of the med aides give one of the guys his medicine, and when he gave him a drink, the guy handed the cup back to him, and he threw the ice water on him. I watched one other med aide, because she got mad at the guy, she dumped ice water on him. And I went in one day and to find my husband wasn't down front, so I went to look for him. And one of the guys was laying in the floor. So I walked back down to the nurse's station, and I told the nurse that was on duty that one of the guys was in the floor and he couldn't get up. And the answer I got was, that's the way we like them. They cover up stuff, they lie about it, and if you get on their list, they twist it around to where you're in the wrong. You're the guilty party, not them. Never them. So I took my husband home. And I'm very thankful that I did. I would not put anybody in that place unless it is cleaned up.
My name is Frances Bunn, and my husband was at the Claremore Hospital. A male nurse, who was a head nurse, and a male aide walked into the room, and I could tell they were not happy by the look on their faces. And they walked on each side of my husband, and they grabbed his arms and his legs, and they lifted him swiftly up into the air and swung him around like he was a rag doll. And my husband started screaming immediately because of the rheumatoid arthritis and the bone cancer and other illnesses that he had. And he was screaming. And I threw my hand over my mouth and I said, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You don't put somebody to bed that way." And they dropped him onto the bed. And they walked out of the room as if he was nothing. And I noticed when I went over to pick his hand up, his wrist was bleeding where they had tore the skin on his wrist. So I moved him to Claremore, Oklahoma, and put all my stuff in storage. And I moved into a rundown trailer, which I still live in, because I wanted my husband to have the best. And I see now it was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life.